Where is the sewage now? Where is sewage is there? This is the line. You want to show us and tell us where it passes. This business, you're not getting money.
That's what the technicals are saying. Stormwater everywhere.
No, that's what they are told.
This is the sewage. Because it's, I'm not an engineer.
This way.
That is the sewage.
So rich man, what is the difference between stormwater and that sewage?
Kati stormwater nze kitegeera enkuba bw'etonya amazzi negatambula negakwata mu kalibati era
negakwata mu kalibati ate awatali kalibati
era gatambula gabeera gatambula kati eno nze gyemanyi nti esewage eyisa Kazambi yiyi.
But let me tell you. Do you hear something which is not when you are down here? Tusime tulabe connection.
Nedda madamu nze sobola kusima lwakuba ensiri mukozi wa kanso.
Nfe abapunta tugenda kusima. Leka tusime then otulage connection eriwo. Because you seem to explain technical issues which you are not even competent with.
Kati obwedda gogamba nti ola bakugamba nti basibe balabe. Wakati gogamba nti sewage ate nga to technical person wandigambe nti simanyi bweyita. Wandigambe nti simanyi bweyita. Kati wandigambe nti simanyi kati gogamba omanyi tubagamba nti tubuulire. Tubagamba baleka.
But if he starts down, he will get fire. It appears that they are having money which is just there to enable them to do very fast their construction day and night. Madam Martha, we held a baraza and I pronounced myself and said, let's suspend that work first as we seek for investigation. But it ran on a deaf ear. So, like we have seen, we went there and the workers are continuing to do the construction. The challenges that we have on that site, we have shared with you, but as well, we want to hear from the technical people as to how they would approve building plans on such a place. The electric lines are just almost near on the heads of the workers. This is causing a threat to the lives of the workers. So, that one is a challenge. That if we don't sort this thing out, one time Mbale will burst and will become a laughing stock to all of us. And we shall stand to say, for us we did this. If we leave it like that, then our children will ask us, why really did you leave the town to be like this? Because the sewage is passing underground and the construction is ongoing. Madam, we had here a meeting between the town clerk and the mayor and the city engineer over the same. We resolved that we get a surveyor. Was it a surveyor or an engineer? Engineer to come and do technical analysis of that area. But we still face a challenge that engineer has not come up to date and the construction works are ongoing. So it is a very major issue for all of us to wake up and have a say. Madam, there are a number of government programs are happening. We have the Rwaso Seed School, which we are yet to visit, the maternity ward in Samaga, and many others, constructions, the road networks, Yoweri Kaguta, and others, they are under construction. So The reason we are here, ladies and gentlemen, is to appraise ourselves with what is happening on the ground in terms of service delivery, but also cite out the gaps and see how we can resolve these gaps and ensure that we have effective service delivery within Mbale City.
To most of those issues, like what she highlighted, maybe the mayor is here, can have some information about it, since I'm not directly in charge of the city, but at least for the division.
Go to the issue of KCB. Madam Martha, from 2011, we failed to complete the road called Marketplace, Cathedral Avenue, because there were a lot of controversy in that area. What happened? I want to say this, and sometimes when I say this, people are mistaking me, but for me, I rather say it openly, and that is it. That place has had some fights previously. When I was even a student, there were around 2 people who bought that place. That place we are talking about, and other areas by the way. When that was done, one of the persons who bought that place, there was a boy called Sadiq Ali. Sadiq Ali is a son to my brother. There is another guy called, I think, Nandalo somebody, I don't get the name properly. At a later stage, the late brother of mine called Ali Boto bought the other interests and owned that place in 2000. Around 2004, I think years back, that place was what? Owned by him. There was a controversy between Tuka, who's opposed that place, and some other people who were friends and slightly related to the late. The late Ali Boto is clearly known in this city by everybody. I think he's one of the first cadres of this system. Unfortunately, I think he was not sent off as a cadre, because at the time when we took him to India, there was a pledge to help. We managed by selling some of the assets, his condition. At a later stage, when even passed on, by the way, for records, Madam Martha, you need to know this. There was a pledge of 10 million from the President's office by late Galiwango and Muhammad Masawa, the current chairman. And another 3 million supposed to come from the Secretariat. To date, it's now over 5 years, did come. I don't know that's how we paid him, but that is a story for another day. Now, this has come. When these people rejected, one of the persons came and started what? He worked with the late. And he gave him one of the shops to work from. When the late was in the case, very sick, he told me there's this person whom I've given that shop. Tell my kids never to pick money from him because he has always helped me. So that didn't happen. At a later stage, there were 2 titles on that place. There was one that was gotten by the late brother, I think in 2008 or something like that, for 49 years, yes. Then at a later stage, someone else got a freehold in the same place. So there were 2 titles. So because of that, we started on the fight to do that project. I can tell you, even the chairperson, one of that area called the Umar somebody, supported and stopped us from doing that project. And by that went, I think we were shocked later on, Achira came in. We again sat. We fought battles down there, including Pangas came. I told the boys, these are boys I control because they are my late brother's boys. I told them, you know what, we want a project there. We are going to initiate a memorandum of understanding with the council to allow for us to do that storm drainage, because supposed to pass all the water from this way. After it has been done clearly, then you can now bring back what? Your business. Now, ownership started. The other team refused, said you have entered in an MOU with the wrong party. The matter went up to court. It failed. Nobody. And you can consult this with the former RCC Achira. People refused. And we remained, I think, myself, Chairman Muhammad, the town clerk. We got stuck. We had to carry this team to the resident judge here, Mr. Namuni. We told him, Namuni, you're giving a lot of injunctions. But remember, this is World Bank money is supposed to go back. We have the right owners. They said, no, this thing doesn't have to be bought. You have to go to lands. We went to lands office. We went to them, we talked to them, you guys. We have this. Determine the right owner. There's some we think is the right owner has entered an MOU with the council for us to complete the project. But we are having a lot of injunctions. I think Mr. Chibande called all of us, we had a public hearing, and then determined and said no. The late had the right word, title. So he said this one should be cancelled. When we were to do that, the team again went and placed an injunction in court. We had a lot of battles. We had to carry myself, the former RCC, the chairman land board, I think there was also chairman NRM Muhammadu, and the town clerk. Went to State House Anti-Corruption. We met with Israel. By that time, I think Major Muso Isoki was barring one of the persons in Embara. He said let him handle. So we explained our situation. And I remember that's when was it Israel who made a call. So by the time we came back, Namudi called us, said, you people, yes, I now understand the project, it's okay. What we do, we shall determine this. However, let's allow the project work and we remove these battles. That's how that project work started. So when it started, time came, I think we were given 6 months. Should have ended by what? So this man was even supposed to be diverted to Majanga Road, because now we had reached a level when this is not being done. But remember, the people who were failing this project, actually were not even the right people to reject. And these boys had already agreed and for this to move. And we had that MOU. So when all this was done, and now the project was allowed to happen, and it happened, it ended. So I called this other guy. I said, you man, you were there when the late was there. You were his very close friend. Is this how you're paying his family? The man got back to his senses. He said, it's okay. That has happened. I told the boys, they had another property they left for them around Muchere. It's there. I told them, this place must be more useful. What you do, you can dispose the other place. Then you come and put some shops here. Because this guy left 19 kids, orphans. 10 of them are in primary schools. So you want to sleep in the other residential house, but you need something commercial to raise these other fellows. That is how this place what happens. So from there, when this is now done, say that is okay. Now you can go back and do what? Now, the people who were opposed to the project happening came up writing letters to every office. And we kept quiet. We said, now, wait. When we had a problem and people were rejecting this project, where were you? Why have you come now? Now, and in me I'm saying, are we punishing these orphans because their father is not there and some of us are there? But remember, there are around 4 buildings on the same stormwater dwelling. And we are not talking about any of those. I think there's one for Honorable Nanda, there is another one for another person, and all of them are there. At the time when we had this problem, where were you? Why didn't you come in the arms and say, we want this drainage to be done? Now that we have agreed in principle, the drainage has been done, now it is bad. Really? Is that how we pay people? So for me, there are things that happen in this state. Madam Martha, and I sympathize with ourselves. The greed and that hypocrisy in this state cannot push us far. We must call things candidly. And if we agree on principle, let's go to the presidency and say, this, no. But you don't do it selectively. How will that person go? These are kids I'm saying, if you move around this town, I think anybody who initiated people in the system is that late guy. He is not up to the old man. Is that how we are paying his family? To the extent that if even the condolences were not respected, but we're also saying now break and go away. Is that how we... You know, there are some things you talk and you start even, I think, getting tears. For me, I believe that all these things we are going to do them. Politics aside, we must be candid and we must be open and say we are doing this for this. But if people are going to hide behind certain things, that very place, there's somebody, I think it's a Kano, I don't know the town clerk recorded the details. He also claiming so. I'm told he had paid somebody some money. There are those who came and told this boy, give us this. If you have not given us, we are going to use IGG. But these very boys wrote a letter to State House, delivered, I think, to a red called Rachel, I don't know, complaining about the people who are terrorizing them on the same place. So we cannot now come and say, you know, and it's not only one person. And we're talking about the drainage. The same boys I told them, when we are pushing this water going into the drainage behind the park, All members refused. I called these boys. I said, I'm the mayor of this and I'm your uncle at the same time. You are going to allow me break a lockup here. In the park itself. Painfully, the boys allowed. They listened to me. We broke that lockup to make the water go into the drain. When all of them, very senior guys, refused. Now, the same thing we are saying, what exactly? Is this a punishment of a sort? Is it because their father is not alive that now they must carry on this? I agree. Let's go and start from down. Whoever is on that stormwater thing, we break and then compensate people. Otherwise, we have a lot of hypocrisy. We have a lot of smearing what we don't mean to. And I think for me, that's why I've had a problem with most people here. The biggest problem now, when we tell me that we must survey all the land, public land, there is a lot of fight. Mayor is this, mayor is that. But if you go and investigate the things we are talking about, actually, they are always the things the president is talking about. So me, I want to tell you, Madam Martha, the people fighting the system are your very people who pretend and cannot candidly say A, B, C, D, E. Okay. I'm sorry, but I think we just need to need to be ourselves and we stop pretense. And I'm telling you, we will not have issues here. And I want to add that this state people might think it's against any system, but this state people get annoyed of certain things and demonstrate their annoyance through certain patterns. That we must accept. Without pretense, without what. So I think for me that is what I want to say. That the council, we made a resolution that all public land, school land, health centers, and any other portion left now must be surveyed. See that we have titles, even that park, we don't have a title. All these markets, if you go to Bugere Road Market, there are people who are processing around 3 titles. We have tried to to stop that from happening. So there are so many things we are doing, but because some of you people support what is the evils that have been happening in this city, they try now to brand some of us, this is that. Once in a while, in all decisions, we shall make decisions that will annoy a few people, but we shall be helping the generations that is going to come after us.
Part of our family, because it is an NRM family, of your family. Apologies. Kindly give us that information. We are going to follow it up with His Excellency the President. But all of us must ensure that we do what we are supposed to do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be seated here. If all of us were playing our roles, I don't think that we would be seated here. There are even those who are invited for an engagement and they don't come. If you don't come and I create my own information, is that my problem? People come to leadership to lead, not to disorganize. We must organize the people and we must sensitize, we must mobilize them. You are talking about that market law, the new one. Our take, your take, the take of all these representatives of the president, including your technical people, who at times hide. And say for them, technically, according to public service, they are not supposed to appear on radio. Who tells them? Who tells them? You don't appear on radio to go and politic. You go on radio to talk about policies of government and sensitize and mobilize the people and give them right information. When you give it, who would be against you? Nobody. Now you can see, we wanted information of Mbale City, what you have managed to do so that we can applaud you in relation to the manifesto. But you can imagine, there is nothing that has come out. What does that one mean? You did not relate to anything. You are giving us a MIOGA, you are giving us PDM, but we want figures. How many have got? So that we can be able to take stock and know how many are remaining. Nobody has even talked about the corruption within the PDM. And yet you are here. One team, one dream. Thank you, Chair.
That we are available to work at any time. I thank the mayor and the political heads here around. They have been good to us. We have pushed together. But where we disagree is on principle, not at personal level. But we have always worked together to see that we are moving. We are moving together. We thank you so much for the guidance. We thank you for the continuous support. And we wish you a very good stay within Mbale here. It is very peaceful. The peace that was brought by this government is being enjoyed by all of us. In the RCC of Mbale City, several series of meetings and also field work with our supervisors from headquarters. We have been majorly looking at service delivery within Mbale City and making follow-up of the implementation of President's Manifesto for 2021 and 2026. A few issues that we looked at today was the Mbale Central Market, which had a number of issues, and we observed, like we observed on Monday, they closed the market. So our interventions have been that we need to see how to manage the issues such that they don't come up again. There are a number of issues within there, the issues of garbage, water, electricity, and management. The Mbale City Council had sent the market master, whom the vendors had rejected. So these were among the issues that we are looking through to see that we solve these issues within there and ensure that the market, as a service delivery point, delivers the best. We have engaged with the city mayor and we have engaged with the town clerk of the city to ensure that all this, we resolved that those who have been paying entry fee in the market should stop. All payments that are within the central market should be paid on an account that is known by government. We avoid issues of receipts since they were forgeries and whatever. We also resolved that the executive handles matters in relation to the welfare of the vendors, but not the administration of the city. And the market master should work with the sector heads within the market and ensure that all that is put in place. It is on a good note that the executive has agreed to comply with the new act that was enacted in 2023 to ensure that the market has a market master and the market master works with the sector heads. So these matters have been handled. Our supervisors are still on the ground to ensure that the supervisors and also effectively follow up the government programs. We are yet to go and visit the roads, the schools and health units. All these are service delivery points. We want to make effective implementation of the work plans and the budgets within the city. The government sends money, but if this money is not followed up, we may end up not having it put to proper use.
On the issue of the construction on the sewer line,
we also visited the building along KCB, which is being raised up. That building is being constructed down the sewer line, or what they are calling a waterway, that harvests water and then pushes down. We visited there to ascertain what level can we intervene to ensure that we don't get disaster in the future. That matter is still under investigation. I'm not going to comment on it until when the police releases the report. Then we shall see what to do.
This is Mary Grace Road.
Why?
Head, Deputy Head, RDC Secretariat, in the Office of the President. Purpose of being here is to check on service delivery for our people. We've been visiting around, we have some meetings. Of course, there are gaps that we have noticed, but the team promises to fix these gaps. It is our desire to ensure that the citizens of this country and the citizens of Mbale city obtains quality service delivery from the resources submitted by the government of Uganda. And this is the slogan of His Excellency the President, that people must move on and have some money in their pockets. Socioeconomic transformation for our people is key, and there are many government programs on the ground that are meant to benefit the people, meant to benefit the citizens of this country. So the implementers we've been meeting are supposed to pull up their socks and ensure that this is achieved, and the resources sent should not go to waste. We should ensure that corruption does not go with the money that is sent to better people's lives.